Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this shit daily go getism number 740 for October 12th, 2016. Alright, so tonight I want to talk to y'all about when counseling don't work, or it's not working. Counseling, therapy. You know, you go to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist to try to deal with some of the problems that are going on in your life, some of the issues that are happening, anxiety, depression, a whole lot of things. It's actually a serious issue. It's not something that I play around with because I know that it's something that affects so many people. And it would be really nice if more people sought out therapy when they need it instead of putting the negative stigma on it. You know, it's hard for a person to deal with having to seek out help from somebody that has the nickname of a shrink. You know, it's bad enough for our people, you know, black people. We have a certain stigma about not being strong in certain moments. It's really kind of contradictory when you think about it, because so many of us are stereotypically strong-minded. And I mean, on that vibe, it kind of makes a lot of sense, because going through slavery, going through oppression, going through you know, racism and discrimination and disenfranchisement, going through all of that and still being able to procreate and survive from generation to generation against all odds. Yeah, we have to be more than just physically strong in order to do that. So yeah, I don't think that there's any doubt that we are the most strong-minded people anywhere. But at the same time, no matter how strong you are, there's always somebody stronger. And no matter how strong you are, you're still going to have weaknesses, because you're still flesh and bones and hormones and blood and, you know, and physiology, anatomy. You are the sum of all your parts. So one of the parts that runs the whole thing, the whole body, is this: your brain. Now, your brain and your mind aren't exactly the same thing. Your brain is the thing that controls all of your motor functions. It controls all of the way that your body moves and the way that it functions. But your mind is different, because your mind is your cognitive thinking. It's your thought process. It's the way that you process information. It's the way that you feel. It's how you learn. It's the way that you think about things. Your emotions. So that's your mental state. So your mind, your mental state, and your brain is not exactly the same thing. Your brain is an organ, and it works things in an autonomic way. When I say autonomic, I mean that it doesn't have to be told what to do. It does certain things automatically. But your thought process, the way you feel about things, aren't autonomic. Those are conditioned responses. You're conditioned to believe the things that you believe. You're conditioned to feel the way that you feel. You're conditioned to have your feelings hurt, or to be embarrassed, or to be happy or sad, and things like that, based on what we've been taught. So when those things get messed up and we seek out counseling, you know, if we finally, well, hold on, I'm going too far. And I don't want to get too wordy, but I really wanted to make sure that I make myself clear in this video. What I was heading at was this: although we are so strong on one level, we all have weaknesses. And when we have weaknesses, when we feel ourselves not being able to see the brightness in each passing day, or each day that is forthcoming, when we start slipping in the darkness and start feeling like we're going a little crazy. And feeling like you're going crazy is actually not a bad thing, because if you're cognitive, if you are aware, consciously aware of the fact that you have a problem, or that you feel yourself, you know, having problems, that's a good sign, because that means that you're not actually going crazy. When people are really batshit crazy, or have serious mental disabilities or problems, they don't think that anything is wrong with them. They think that something is wrong with everybody else. So if you actually feel pain, and you know that something is wrong, and you know that you used to feel differently than what you feel, then you're actually on the right track. So what you want to do is, if you get to the point where you don't feel like You know, you are yourself. You don't see happiness coming anywhere in the future, and you feel stuck, or you just have a whole lot of stress that you have to deal with, and you don't have anybody that you could talk to, and you don't have anybody that you can really confide in and get help from, then it's a good idea to seek out psychological therapy, counseling. See a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Now, there are differences between a psychiatrist and a psychologist. A psychiatrist is able to prescribe medicine. Um, and a psychiatrist is actually next to an MD, whereas a psychologist, which is just as good, a psychologist has a PhD. So a psychiatrist is more on the medical side of psychology, whereas a psychologist is more on the how would I put it? Well, they just don't deal in the medical field. You know, they can act anyway. It's a great profession, and they can help you. You know, I don't want to get into a whole lot of stuff. And you know, as a disclaimer, I'm not in the psychology field at all. You know, I know many people who are, but I'm not trained in that area at all. You know, I'm just speaking to y'all from things that I've experienced and things that I know. So anyway, when you decide to do it, you know, some people you see they start seeking out therapy and they start going to therapy. You see them start to come up out of their funk. You see them start to rise above. You see them start to blossom and get back to what they were and start to feel happiness. And you see their optimism. But some people go to counseling for days, weeks, months, years, and it doesn't seem like they're getting any better. Well, there are a few reasons for that. Because if you know somebody that is experiencing anything similar to what I'm talking about, you know how frustrating it can be for not only them but to you, because you want them to get back to what they are, because they're driving you crazy and they're making your life a living hell. So why is it that some people don't seem to be advancing or don't seem to be benefiting from psychological counseling, from going to therapy? Well, there are a list of reasons, and I'm going to have to run through them fast because we got to do this. All right. Number one, counseling, therapy does not work if you don't want to express yourself. If you go in there and you expect your therapist to be a mind reader or a magician or a psychologist, I mean, I'm sorry, they are psychologists. Maybe. You can't just... There are a difference between a therapist and a psychologist. A psychologist has a PhD. Period. Okay. Anyway, if you expect them to be some type of psychic, you know, or mind reader, or you know, crystal ball tarot card reader, no, that's not what they're gonna do. So they're not gonna go in. You don't go in there and not tell them your name and tell them to guess your name. It doesn't work that way. And the same way they can't guess your name, they can't guess your feelings. They can't guess your history. They can't guess what's going on inside of you. You may give them clues just by being secluded and being resistant and all of that, but they can't help you if you are not willing to open up to them. So some people go to therapy for different reasons. They don't really go there in order to get the help. They go there to fulfill requirements of probation and parole sometimes, or because they've been 302, which is an involuntary commitment because you just was bugging out or whatever. You know, people go to seek therapy for different reasons, and if you don't want to express yourself, if you want to be secretive, if you want to withhold information, if you don't want to tell anybody anything about you, you're not going to get the help that you need. Part of the process that helps you to free yourself is telling what happened with you, because if you can go back to exactly what happened to you, then you can start to heal. You know, they say the truth sets you free, and it's true. But part of the truth is that you need help, and you have to find the area where things broke down for you. It may go back all the way to when you were an infant, or it may have started somewhere in high school or elementary school, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But all you know is that, well, all I want to say that you should know from here on is that there's a point where the wheels start coming off, and if it doesn't get addressed in a certain manner at a certain time, then it just starts getting worse and it compounds. So it may happen slow, but and eventually, you'll start to, we can all have bouts with depression and anxiety and all that kind of stuff, but it's fixable. So if you know somebody who doesn't seem to be responding to your therapy and all of that, ask them if they have been trying. Have they been opening up, or have they been, people going in therapy like, they may have a certain amount of sessions that they have to attend before they can fulfill their requirements of whatever, and then they stop going. So the therapy doesn't work. And some people feel uncomfortable talking to a total stranger about their business. But it's not until you get over that you'll be able to help yourself. And the goal is to be able to help yourself. Unless you just want to feel scared and lonely and hopeless and sad every day. People commit suicide over this shit, man. It's serious. So let's not go there. You know what I mean? If you know somebody who has been receiving therapy and they haven't been seeming to get any better, ask them what they're doing. Try to advise them to, come on, man, work it out, because it's worth it. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, therapy does not work if you don't want to express yourself. If you want to go in there, you want to keep secrets, you don't want to tell anybody your business. I understand. It's understandable. However, you got to remember that the secrets that you're keeping and not wanting to tell your business and all of that is what got you in therapy in the first place. And you need it. So the question becomes, do you want to get better or don't you? Because you're going to start alienating people. People are going to stop answering your calls and all of that. And that can send you into a deeper depression. You won't want to go there. The Urban Therapy with Sun show is tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight, October 12th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we're talking about male and female gender roles. Does it matter? You switch gender roles. Like, should mommy be the one who is the breadwinner? Or should daddy be a stay-at-home mom, soccer mom, whatever? Is it alright for the man to stay home and be a housewife while his woman goes out and, makes the bacon, brings home the bacon? Is it alright for a woman to never do quote-unquote woman's work around the house? Like, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't keep a nice house or whatever. That alright? Should a woman be doing some of the heavy lifting? Does she have to fix her own faucets, put in her own sinks, fix her own toilets, put a light in the ceiling, install things, fix things? Should she get under the hood of a car? Should she pump her own gas if a man and a woman are in the same car? So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to get deep into it. Real deep, you know what I'm saying? So you want to check out the Urban Therapy with Sun show. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Press number 1 if you would like to comment. And, you can rock out. And I mean rock out. I give you time. Ask Anybody. It's the Fly Show. And also, if you want to listen to the show but you don't want to call in, you can listen online on your computer, your tablet, whatever. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Make sure that, tell your people, I'm telling them to come through, it's going to be fly. Male and female gender roles. Does it matter? Does it even matter anymore? Holla. Tell your people to get that counseling, y'all. It's too vital.